I'm Joe Hood from Illinois, and I make videos on the West Coast. There's a lot of different types of producers, and there's a lot of different levels of involvement for producers, but I really made my way by being involved from concept to completion, the idea of a creative producer. So I'm helping with the pitches, I'm helping with the concepts, I'm helping with getting things sold, and then I'm also helping getting things crewed up, staffed, the best deals we can get, the best talent we can get on set. My journey has been different because I'm from the Midwest and I went to school in New York University on the East Coast. And that was a great experience. Really, New York is what you make of it versus who you know, so it was a great place to learn the industry. The reason I moved is because minimum wage and opportunities for film in New York are not very good. When I left, it was $7.25 minimum wage, and you couldn't get into any unions. They all start out here. So I moved out here and was able to get into the editors union for reality shows as a night gig after walking dogs, and that helped me start. So really my transition, just like the way I do jobs, is the avenue where the opportunities have the least barrier of entry is what I would follow. Being a creator of color, unfortunately, it automatically defines you, right? So at some point you have to decide how you want to define you and what that means for you. Versatility means a different thing for me than it would for some other creators, right? Because of that. I almost feel like versatility for creators of color really means you have to know how to do everything because they're going to want you to prove yourself in things that they haven't proved themselves in yet. It's almost like the citizen test, right? I couldn't pass it, I was born here, but if you want to come here, it's really hard to do. So I've always been in different parts of the industry of media, right? I started in social media, just doing YouTube videos for BuzzFeed, Snapchat Discover stuff, branded campaigns for social media, branded campaigns for YouTube. My focus hasn't necessarily been to make a specific type of video. My focus is to being able to make content in general, have it be seen, and not have to take low rates to do it and be able to give people jobs in the process. So my focus is more making opportunities and keeping opportunities open than necessarily making content, and that's why what industry or what thing I'm focused switches so much. So I realized with editing, it made me able to see what things were missing on set, what pieces weren't there, how I could do things better. And it also got me, in the room with directors and producers, so that's how I moved into producing and directing from there. Things happen so fast here, right? You can get a call one day and be doing your biggest video the next day, as long as you have, the capacity to make it happen. You can't be successful and prepared unless you're versatile, right? And the opportunities as an ethnic creator come so far and few between that you have to either make them yourself or be 4 times as versatile as the next person to get them. My biggest piece of advice for anyone getting in the film industry, who you know matters. But that doesn't mean artists, that doesn't mean labels, that doesn't mean, music producers. What that means is crew. So that's my biggest advice for anyone getting in the game. I mean, the crew is your biggest asset. Who you know that can come shoot for you, who you know that trusts you to work for them and get them jobs, that is where the power comes from. Not the stars not the artists not the labels you work with, not what cars they drive or how much money they think that they can get you on set. It's just what crew you can rely on. I mean, we live in a different time, right? Especially with COVID now. So things are more remote. I mean, if you respect someone's work and you respect things that they talk about and you feel like you can bring something to the table, don't be afraid to DM that person. Some of my best friendships and business relationships have been made that way. So I've always had a long-term plan in everything I do. I mean, so I have my media production company that most people in music video don't know about. Still doing social media. The goal in 5 years is to be doing movies and having my social media and my production company being on the board, letting other directors run some of those keys as creative director. I'm also launching another company, so in 5 years, I don't want to give too much away, but basically, I have a new plan for how to monetize artists, with the absence of concerts. So I think you'll see creative directors like myself running all of the content for artists or labels at once. So in 5 years, I see myself maybe in a head of production role at a label or in my own capacity.